Kotoamatsukami. Kotoamatsukami is a crazy powerful ability from the Mangekyou Sharingan, and honestly, it's like the ultimate mind control jutsu. What makes it super scary is that the person being controlled doesn't even realize it. They totally believe every move they make is their own choice. It's basically the dream weapon for anyone who wants to rewrite history without lifting a finger or spilling any blood. Now, the most tragic story tied to Kotoamatsukami has to be about Shisui Uchiha. This dude had a big plan. He wanted to use this power to change the mind of the Uchiha clan leader, Fugaku, stop the coup against Konoha, and save everyone from a disaster. But then Danzo came along, did Danzo things, and stole Shisui's eye. And what happened after that? The whole Uchiha clan was wiped out. Sasuke turned into a full-blown revenge machine, and poor Itachi had to carry the weight of being called a killer, all while hiding in the shadows. Like seriously, imagine if Kotoamatsukami had been used just once at the right time. All that pain and tragedy could have been avoided. One jutsu could have saved everything. And then there's Danzo again using Kotoamatsukami like it's some political cheat code. At the 5K summit, he straight up used it on Mifune, the moderator, to try and make himself the leader of the Ninja Alliance. If he hadn't been caught, the whole ninja world might have ended up under his shady control. And who knows, maybe the Fourth Great Ninja War would have gone down completely differently. That's the true power of Kotoamatsukami. Not flashy, not explosive, but the kind of thing that can quietly change the course of history while nobody even notices. But here's the twist. That same crazy power, Kotoamatsukami, was actually used by Itachi to save the day. When he got brought back with Ito Tensei, Itachi used Shisui's eye, the one hidden inside a crow that he secretly put in Naruto, classic Itachi move, to activate Kotoamatsukami and break free from Kabuto's control. And just like that, this jutsu flipped the battlefield again, giving the Ninja Alliance a real fighting chance. I mean, it's no surprise Kotoamatsukami is ranked as one of the most overpowered jutsu out there, only losing to the infinite Tsukuyomi. And let's be honest, that infinite Tsukuyomi is literal god-tier stuff. And in case you didn't know, Shisui was a total genius too, even more talented than Itachi. Yeah, Kotoamatsukami is awesome, but it's not cheap. The cooldown time is a ridiculous 10 years, unless of course you've got Hashirama cells in your system, because apparently, in Naruto, having a piece of the first Hokage fixes everything. So, Kotoamatsukami is like a super weapon with only one bullet per decade. That means choosing when and how to use it is a huge strategic gamble. In a world full of flashy, world-ending jutsu, Kotoamatsukami stands out as the king of subtle power. It doesn't blow up mountains. It rewrites your soul. It's the ultimate political tool. It can bring peace or start a war, all depending on who's pulling the strings. And that, my friend, is why Kotoamatsukami will always be one of the most legendary powers the Uchiha clan ever produced. Before we jump to the next part, we want to take a moment to thank you all for your incredible support. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers, and every single one of you makes this journey even more exciting. If you love Naruto as much as we do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and share this video to help us reach even more fans. Your support keeps us going. Now, Tailed Beast Control. I know a lot of people totally forget about this one, but in the Uchiha clan's giant bag of scary powers, controlling tailed beasts is easily one of the most terrifying. With just a single look from a high-level Sharingan, the strongest creatures in the ninja world can turn into puppets, dancing to the Uchiha's tune. Madara Uchiha showed off this insane power when he made Kurama, the Ninetales, attack Konoha during his epic battle with Hashirama. One guy, one pair of crazy eyes, and the whole village almost got wiped off the map. And even though he lost, that move planted deep suspicion toward the Uchiha clan, kicking off decades of discrimination. So ironic that the very power that made them feared became the reason the whole clan ended up destroyed. Years later, Obito, yep, Toby in disguise, pulled the same stunt. He took control of Kurama and made him attack Konoha again. The result was hundreds dead, including 4th Hokage Minato and his wife Kushina. Naruto was left an orphan and became the new Jinchuriki. The village was a total mess, but Silver lining. No disaster. No Naruto story, right? And guess what? There's another Uchiha who could control tailed beasts too. Fugaku Uchiha, the head of the clan. We never got to see it in the manga, but apparently his eyes were insanely powerful. They called him the Wicked Eye, and his strength was on the same level as the fourth Hokage. The anime hints that the Uchiha's power to control the Nine Tails was the real reason Danzo and the Konoha elders ordered the Uchiha clan massacre. I mean, think about it. One guy who can control the most dangerous monster in the world, and let's not forget Obito. This guy didn't just stop at one tailed beast. He went and used genjutsu on a Jinchuriki too. He took over Yagura Karatachi, the fourth Mizukage and host of the Three Tails, like he was controlling a video game character. For years, Yagura was a puppet, and during that time, the Mist Village turned into a literal nightmare. People didn't call it the Bloody Mist for nothing. The Uchiha's ability to control tailed beasts has changed ninja history more than once. It shaped how the villages see each other, started wars, ended peace talks, and even helped create the heroes and villains that shaped an entire generation. One pair of eyes, and history gets rewritten. Susano. Susano is easily one of the most powerful abilities in the Naruto world. Just imagine it. A Mangekyou Sharingan user activates it, and a giant chakra warrior appears, wrapping around them like a walking fortress ready to destroy everything in sight. No joke, Susano has changed the course of battles and even shaped the entire ninja world. It's not just a super shield either, it's also a straight-up weapon of mass destruction. From the basic skeleton version to the fully completed form, every stage adds more power and more chaos. The early versions of Susano are like, here's a rib cage for protection, maybe an arm if you want to attack someone, and honestly, that's already enough for most fights. Despite being a giant, this thing is surprisingly flexible in mid-scale battles, but when you get to the full-body Susano, that's a whole war god walking around. It's mountain-sized, terrifying, and Madara used his perfect Susano to go 1v5 against all 5 Kage and nearly wiped them out. He even put it on the Nine Tails like armor and sent them both to wreck the Leaf Village. Just casual Madara things. Then you've got Itachi's Susano. It comes with the legendary Totsuka Blade and Yata Mirror. This thing sealed away the part of Orochimaru inside Sasuke and also trapped Ito Nagato in a dream world. Sleep tight forever. During the Fourth Ninja War, both Sasuke and Kakashi busted out their full-body Susano too, and of course it showed up in some of the biggest, most epic fights in Naruto history. Oh, and if you forgot, Uchiha are weapon masters, so of course their Susano come with all kinds of gear. Swords, bows, shields, giant shuriken. It's like a chakra version of a ninja weapon shop on steroids. But all that crazy power doesn't come for free. Using Susano takes a huge amount of chakra and puts a ton of stress on the user's body, especially their eyes. Like, serious damage. Itachi was basically blind in his final battle. And let's not forget, to even activate Susano, you gotta unlock and master Mangekyou Sharingan in both eyes. No shortcuts here. In the end, Susano has created legends and timeless fears. Madara, with his perfect Susano, has become the ultimate symbol of supreme power. Izanagi. Alright, picture this. You're fighting an Uchiha. You land the perfect hit. They're bleeding. They collapse. Totally done for. But then, boom. It was all just an illusion. And they're standing behind you like nothing ever happened. Sounds like a cheat code, right? That's Izzanagi, the ultimate I'm not dying today move. It lets the user rewrite reality for a few seconds, turning death itself into a bad dream. But Izanagi isn't just a defensive trick. It's a full-on denial of death and destiny. Nothing messes with the timeline more than someone refusing to die when they're supposed to. Madara Uchiha used Izanagi to fake his death after his legendary fight with Hashirama. That one move completely flipped the future of the ninja world. Without it, Madara would have stayed dead. And honestly, the whole Fourth Great Ninja War might never have happened. Same deal with Obito. He used Izanagi to survive Konan's insane paper bomb trap, which, by the way, was built specifically to destroy him even with Kamui. Without Izanagi, Obito would have died, Akatsuki would have collapsed, and the Fourth Great Ninja War might never have unfolded as we know it. As for Danzo, he implanted an entire arm full of Sharingan just to abuse Izanagi, making himself an incredibly frustrating opponent for Sasuke and pushing Sasuke to the brink of blindness. Every time Danzo was killed, he would reload reality, a power so terrifying that even the strongest ninja shuddered at its implications. But of course, Izanagi isn't free. Every time you use it, the Sharingan you cast it with goes permanently blind, and you can only keep it active for a few seconds, so timing is everything. Use it too early, and you waste it. Most notably, Izanagi is not just a combat technique. It is a symbol of the Uchiha philosophy, the willingness to sacrifice everything, even sight, to achieve one's goal. It embodies the ultimate determination, arrogance, and tragedy of this clan, a bloodline willing to trade away their vision to rewrite fate. No other technique in Naruto more clearly represents the Uchiha's relentless thirst for power and the steep price they pay for that ambition. Izanami is the forbidden jutsu made to counter Izanagi. But unlike most Sharingan techniques that are about destroying enemies, Izanami is more about inner strength than raw power. Instead of crushing your opponent, it traps them in an endless time loop, forcing them to face their true self again and again until they accept their fate. In other words, it's a lesson in self-awareness, ninja therapy style. This technique was created to stop people from abusing Izanagi, which lets them rewrite reality. Izanami proves one big truth. You can't run from reality forever. Like Izanagi, it comes with a heavy price. The user loses the sight in one Sharingan eye forever. That cost shows just how serious this jutsu is. It's only meant to be used when absolutely necessary, and for a greater purpose. The only time we ever saw Izanami in action was when Edo Itachi used it on Kabuto. He trapped Kabuto in a loop that made him relive his past and face all his pain. And it worked. Kabuto broke down, stopped the Edo Tensei Jutsu, and freed a whole army of reanimated ninja from being used like puppets. One single use of Izanami changed the entire war. Now imagine if Izanami didn't exist. Kabuto would have kept controlling the undead army. Madara would have never needed to release himself, and the war could have dragged on like forever, costing way more lives. So yeah, Izanami might have been used just once, but it flipped the script on everything. What really makes Izanami special is its double meaning. On one hand, it's one of the scariest genjutsu ever, trapping someone in a mental nightmare with no escape. On the other hand, it's also a form of release for those who are ready to face the truth. Kabuto went from power-obsessed villain to someone who found redemption, and he even helped save Sasuke later, playing a part in rebuilding Konoha after the war. The only downside is that it's super tricky to pull off. The user has to record the opponent's movements and feelings to create the loop. In a fast-paced battle, that's nearly impossible. Copying and predicting movements. This ability might not sound super flashy at first, but trust me, it's way more impressive than you think. The copying ability lets the user watch and perfectly mimic the martial arts and sword techniques of their opponent. Imagine this. Just by watching once, an Uchiha can steal years of your hard work and training. That's why Madara was dominating the battlefield during the Warring States period. And yeah, we see Sasuke used Rock Lee's taijutsu as the foundation for his rise to power. On top of that, there's the even scarier ability, predicting movements. This lets the user catch even the tiniest signs of the opponent's body language and predict their actions. This makes the Uchiha fighting style incredibly flexible and deadly. You remember that moment when Madara was revived and jumped into the middle of a whole army during the Fourth Great Ninja War? His eyes were darting around, and almost no one could touch him. And when Naruto and Sasuke fought, it was clear that Naruto had more raw power, but Sasuke was way smoother with his moves. And this is exactly why techniques like Chidori and Raikiri work so well. So, the deal with Raikiri is you have to rush at your opponent super fast and land a brutal, piercing strike. But rushing in straight like that is risky. You leave yourself open to getting dodged or countered, and the next thing you know, you're the one on the ground. But when you can see your opponent's moves before they even make them, everything becomes way easier. That's why only Kakashi and Sasuke can really pull off this move. They've got the Sharingan, copying Jutsu. Since we're talking about copying movements, let's talk about copying Jutsu. Basically, Jutsu are performed by molding chakra and combining it with hand signs, what we call hand seals. So technically, if you can copy your opponent's hand movements, you can copy their jutsu without needing to learn it at all. This sounds like a dreamlike superpower, but for those who possess the Sharingan, it's their everyday reality. They can record every detail of a technique, from how the hands move to how much chakra is needed, then recreate it with unbelievable accuracy. This is one of the core abilities of the Sharingan. Even a regular Uchiha ninja with just a basic Sharingan can become a walking, talking library of both taijutsu and ninjutsu. Kakashi Hatake is living proof of this power. With just one Sharingan from his late friend Obito, yep, just one, he learned over 1,000 techniques and earned the nickname the Copy Ninja. In many battles, Kakashi's ability helped turn the tide by countering his enemy's jutsu with their own moves. What's cool is that you don't need the Mangekyou Sharingan to do this. Any Sharingan will do. So, it's safe to say all Uchiha have this ability. During the Warring States period, this jutsu copying skill earned the Uchiha clan both respect and fear. Madara and other Uchiha ninjas were terrifying on the battlefield, able to learn and use their enemies' techniques after just one fight. The more they fought, the stronger they got, collecting more and more jutsu. They were like walking treasure chests of skills. This is one of the main reasons why the Uchiha clan was one of the strongest clans, and only another super powerful clan, like the Senju, could challenge them. You know what? The Senju clan was known as the Thousand Jutsu clan. The only thing Uchiha can't copy are Kekkei Genkai, bloodline limits, because those require combining chakra elements. By the time Naruto's era rolled around, the Senju clan was pretty much down to just Tsunade, and the Uchiha clan was also pretty sparse, with Sasuke being pretty much the only one left, since Obito was dead and Itachi joined the terrorist group. Because of this, the Hyuga clan became the strongest clan in Konoha. But, let's be real though, Kamui. Kamui lets the user manipulate space in a way that no other ninja technique can. Imagine this. You can become invisible to any attack, disappear, and reappear anywhere. That's Obito's power. Sounds like Minato's flying thunder god, right? Well, kinda, but not really. Kamui has its weaknesses, but unlike Minato's jutsu, it doesn't require a seal at the destination Obito wants to reach. Plus, Kamui lets Obito send enemies to a completely different dimension. Basically, Obito owns his own space. If we're not counting Kaguya, Obito is the only one in Naruto with his own dimension. Kamui actually has two versions. Obito's version lets him become invisible, while Kakashi's version can suck objects from a distance into Kamui's dimension. This not only made them incredibly powerful, but also completely changed their fates, and the fate of the entire ninja world. Look at Obito, the guy who was supposed to be dead under a pile of rocks at Kanabi Bridge. Kamui was his defensive jutsu, making him nearly invincible to attacks and able to dodge any sensors or traps. This is Obito's signature jutsu, and with it, he was able to fool even Madara, controlling a lot of major events from the shadows. On the other hand, Kakashi used the same power to attack. He sucked up Deidara's explosion, tried to suck up the head of the Gedo Mazo. Yeah, didn't work. and even used Kamui Rakiri and Kamui Shuriken to team up with Naruto to take down Kaguya. No kidding. Kamui turned Kakashi from a talented ninja into a living legend. But great power always comes with a price. Kamui uses a ton of chakra, putting a huge strain on the user's body and eyes. Kakashi, not being an Uchiha, pays a heavy price every time he uses it. He's totally drained after using this technique. This is the deadly weakness of what seems like a perfect jutsu. Kamui created legends and fear, turning Obito into a ghost and Kakashi into the Kakashi of the Sharingan, timeless icons in the ninja world. Honestly, in Naruto, space-time jutsu aren't that common. Apart from Minato, Obito is the only one who could spam space-time jutsu like crazy. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.